Hello everybody, my name is Abi Austin. I became a little infamous recently because I got to do some TV stuff, so I hope some of you got a chance to see it. Wow, thank you for inviting me to come along tonight. I feel truly humbled to stand in front of so many beautiful people, and I mean that both externally and internally. Beautiful people who are self-expressing in a way that leaves me overawed at the joy of meeting all of you here tonight. It is just incredible, and now I'm in my mid-50s, to look at an occasion like this and think how far we have travelled in my lifetime, and how blessed I feel as a recent adoptee Scouser to have found a city that is so inclusive and such a wonderful place to live, where all facets of the community can come together to celebrate this condition. It wasn't always like that. I was a paratrooper at one time. I was also a police officer at one time, and I'm no longer with both of those institutions because of the transphobia that I faced at that time in those institutions. And it's a pleasure and delight to see so many members of Merseyside Police here tonight, and thank you very much for your kind words, ACC. That was very kind of you to say that. And it just shows that in that short period, I left the police, 5 years ago, how far we have travelled along that journey. But yet how far we still have left to travel. Because what brought me here tonight is the fact that, well, there's 295, at least 295 souls who are no longer with us, and that's who we are gathered together to remember. It's 295 people who were denied that right to self-express, to live a normal, happy and fulfilled life that all of us as human beings are surely entitled to do. And for those of us that are here that share this trans condition, I think I can say on behalf of all of us that we have all experienced loss and loneliness in that transition. And that surely is not right. Now, I come from an era where for the first part of my life, the first 20 years of my life, being gay was illegal. You were locked up, sent to jail, you were given mental health therapy, in some cases you were lobotomized. All because of the law, because of the institutions in this country. I come from a time where women were expected to give up whatever work they could find in the secretarial or teaching or nursing fields, and when they were married, to stay at home and raise children. And if they did work, they were paid less than half of what their male counterparts were paid. I come from a time where in boarding houses across this country, openly displayed in the front of those boarding houses was a sign that said no blacks or Irish. I come from a time when Asian people, where British Caribbean people, where Muslims, where Jews, where Hindu people were excluded from general society because they were different. That was wrong. That was a different time that no longer exists in this country, but which I think now in 2016 we are in danger of seeing coming back into society. We've seen some votes, we've seen some movements, we've seen some social changes in this country that I do not like that have happened in the last 6 months. The programme that some of you may have seen a couple of weeks ago were in the United States, really the cradle of democracy and freedom. That is changing too. And the law that I experienced in the state of North Carolina institutionalised transphobic discrimination where people like myself were restricted to the bathroom of the gender of their birth. For me, that meant I had to go to the men's toilet. I was not given a choice. That was the law. That reminded me when I was there of a time in Germany in the 1930s when people of difference were forced to wear stars to identify themselves as different. And we, in this country, I believe at this time, need to be careful that we do not descend into the same trap of homophobic, transphobic and exclusive behaviour based purely on the grounds of difference. And that's what gives me great heart to come to an occasion like this tonight, to see so many friends, to see so many concerned individuals come together as a community to celebrate a difference. Yes, this is about Transgender Day of Remembrance, I understand that, but it is also about creating an inclusive society where all of us, no matter our background, our creed, our colour, religion, gender or sexuality, can come together to celebrate the common cause of humanity. That is what brought me along here tonight, to share that with you. And I also think that there are 295 reasons why we must never forget that. 295 reasons where Exclusion must never win. 295 reasons this year why hatred must never win. And 295 reasons why we must always come together as a community to celebrate what brings us together, what we share as human beings, no matter how we choose to express that humanity. That is what we must remember when we come here. Because as an ex-paratrooper on the 11th of November, I remember physical courage. I celebrated colleagues who are no longer here, who gave their lives for their country. But I can assure you that the transgender community has moral courage. Because that is what drives us to become the people that we always were meant to be. And that society still to this day excludes us that right. When I talked about the programme that I made, I have been told by some of the other media that has been expressed in the past couple of weeks, particularly against Mermaid's Charity, in certain national publications like the Daily Mail, and also by other television programmes which continue to stigmatise trans people by saying that this is a mental illness, that you require to go for some sort of psychiatric treatment merely to be the person that you are. That is wrong. What we have is a medical condition. We were born a little different, that's all it is. Medical science in my lifetime has managed to find a cure for this. Of course it has limitations, just as it does with any other medical condition. We cannot cure everything about this, but surely we deserve to be treated as human beings who have a medical condition, not a psychosexual illness. We do not need psychotherapy, we do not need scripture, and we do not need exclusion from society by people who really should know better. And that is why I think as we come together in this community, we must take this message out to people who feel differently about us, not perhaps because of a cause of hatred or prejudice that's in their hearts, but because they merely do not understand. And people get scared. That's what leads to ignorance. Ignorance then leads to hatred, and hatred leads to division. And it is surely incumbent on all of us, no matter whether we're in uniformed services, whether we work as busmen, bus conductors, binmen, doctors, nurses, whatever it is, to share that message of inclusiveness and to recognise that trans people have the same right of self-expression and happiness as everybody else in this society. 295 people died this year. That's 295 too many. Pray God, next year we can stand here saying that that figure has gone down to 0, because that surely is what the transgender community deserves. Thank you.